That's the name of them? Big ass blueberries. Did the tool come in?
Nope.
Guess why?
Why? COVID? Chinese. Wuton. Wuton. So this is our orchard. Are the tags on these going to tell me what they are?
Yeah.
Oh, you okay? Did I get you? With that thing?
No.
With my hand.
Is there blood? Because that'd be really good for the camera.
There's blood on him.
Where? Oh. It's just because he's sensitive. Would you look at those? Man, those are good looking. Hey, we are up here at the barn, and today we are planting the orchard, the bushes, all the stuff. Most of it's pretty much already done. Now I just got here, had to work today, it's Friday, but I just got up here. The wind's blowing 175 miles an hour too, by the way, in case you were wondering. The wind's blowing, so I've got the best microphone on here, all I can do, but if you're gonna hear wind noise, I apologize. Just got up here. We are trying on our new kicks. It thunderstormed last night, so everything's muddy, so we're gonna see how these Cujos do in the mud. So we're gonna go out here and check in with Marmy and Pappy and just show you what all they've been up to so far. How about an action shot of walking through the mud? How about that?
Mighty Josh.
Put on those boots, I'll see it.
What do you mean go put on those boots?
Okay.
Look what I got.
What is that? Mud shoes or something? Moon shoes?
Sponsored.
You got some sponsored shoes.
Cujo. Yardwear.
Cool bean.
What do you got going on here?
This is the blackberry patch.
This is the blackberry patch. Are they planted already? I see your rows.
Nope. We're getting up our trellises right now, and then we're going to plant them.
Look, Josh.
Look at what?
Trees. Blueberries. Raspberries.
What trees? I don't see trees.
See sticks?
Oh, you mean those wooden things sticking up out of the ground?
Yeah.
You're not funny.
I'm very funny. If you want to know, just ask me. Okay, so look. We have an orchard. And we have bushes. We have more plantings. I owe you a garden update too. We'll get to that in this one as well. It's not good. So let's show you. Let's start in the back corner. So we will call this section the Pippa and Palmer section. They don't get any kind of favoritism at all from Marmy and Pappy. I mean, they only have 4 raised beds completely dedicated to their raspberries. So here's what we've got. They have these back 4 raised beds. On the other side of that is going to be the compost piles. So they are right up against the fence. This is the only thing that's really right up against the fence. But these will right here. And so these are raspberries. The bushes are planted. You can't really tell much, but they're right here. It looks like there's 3 bushes per box. And I'll get some more information for you here in a little bit whenever we get down and get to talk to Marmy and Pappy really about what is going on in this. Maybe we can get Marmy over here since everybody loved her in the last garden tour update, and she can tell you more about all these bushes, because let's face it, I don't know enough, and it's going to be pretty boring unless she comes and... That's the name of them? Big ass blueberries. All right, well, let's get Marmee up here. She's putting gloves on, but we're gonna get her up here. Come on. Come on. Come on.
No.
Huh?
What do you need to know?
Well, I'll come to you then. Okay. So where did you find all this stuff?
Tai in Georgia.
Tai in Georgia. And they shipped them to you on a pallet?
No, they shipped them in a box packed with wet newspaper and that it's that silicone type gel stuff that swells, you know, when it gets wet, holds moisture. I can't think of what it's called.
Me neither. How'd you find Tai?
We used to live in Georgia.
So you knew about them?
Mm-hmm.
How come you don't have T-posts on the last row you're straddling?
That's asparagus.
Oh. What all did you buy? And why did you want to buy from Tai?
Well, because we didn't have a choice. I mean, they're a good nursery. They do lots of good stuff, lots of variety. They have an insurance policy that they guarantee it.
For how long?
But we are way
Guarantee
behind.
you alive whenever it shows up to your doorstep, or what?
No, they guarantee it. I can't remember what they're. I don't know. I'd have to go look. No, they guarantee that it will live for a certain amount of time if you do the right thing. I'm not sure if it's the first year or I don't know. I'd have to go look. But also because we're way behind the time to plant bare root. We're like a month late.
A month late. So not even like at the end of the window, like past the end of the window?
We're pretty much past the end of the window.
And so does that mean we're not going to get fruit this year off of these things, or does that mean they're not going to live?
They're gonna live, but we're not gonna, we have to pull the fruit. You can't have fruit for the first few years.
For the first few years.
You don't want the fruit to take up all the energy. You want the root system to have the use of all that energy.
So
you don't let them fruit. You actually take the fruit off.
Of everything we're talking about, like blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, or just the trees?
For sure the trees.
For sure the trees.
Some of those raspberries are fall raspberries, so they're going to come on.
I'm not sure about the other. I don't think that anybody would recommend you plant bare root and let anything fruit. Because the root system needs to develop more than anything else.
Okay, so this is all blackberries right here.
These 5 rows, well actually 4 rows are blackberries and 1 row is nothing because we thought we would see which one we liked better.
And so does that mean you've got 4 different varieties?
Now we have 2 varieties.
2 different varieties.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to see them. The people want to see them.
Okay, we have Navajo and Arapaho. Oh wow, those are getting hot.
Navajo and Arapaho.
And then these are all grapevines.
That's all grape.
One is
Well, that
seedless.
doesn't look like a ton of blackberries for 4 rows. What's the spacing
It's
on those?
8. Well, I probably could put 5 on each row.
So it's 8 of each.
Yeah. But we just kind of planned for 4 on each row, and then we don't have anything on that last row. Because
Okay.
we actually, when we ordered these, we actually didn't know how much room was out here. And we did it all on a Sunday night at home without any measurements. We hadn't
Okay.
put this in yet.
What's going in this bed that's nothing is in right now?
Apple trees, but did you fill this bed or did I? Because it doesn't look like there's any good dirt on top. Like I started to dig in it and it was real clumpy clay.
I remember I spread this out and I don't think compost ever got put on top. I think all I spread out was bad dirt.
Not even our black gold
I don't
stuff?
think black gold got put on it. Maybe some of what Dad's over there digging in got put on it, but...
So not even our stuff. Where's my little shovel?
Your castings and blood? I don't know. Although there is some black on top, so...
Yeah, there's stuff under there. It's just real hard up on top, and...
So we're gonna put some more in. Okay, so this is apples here?
I have 5 different apples instead of just 4, and I either need to put all 5 in here or figure out what to do with the 5th one. It's one of those things where I just ordered them thinking I would figure it out later.
Okay.
So what do you vote for? Putting all 5 in there? This is the...
Tell everybody what you're doing here. Why is there...
This is called high density planting, where they started doing it out in California like 10 years ago so that people could have orchards in their backyards and they didn't have to have a lot of space. It's the Dave
Ramsey.
No. I can't think of
It's efficient.
I can't think of his
dollar
name.
saving gardening.
Anyway,
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is dollar saving.
you plant basically in a 3-foot by 3-foot area, and you can plant 4 trees and stuff. And you prune out everything, all the branches that are growing towards the middle, so that the middle doesn't get all crowded, and you let all these branches come out to a manageable level. Basically, you grow a tree like you would a bush, is the whole thought
Do you try to
process.
let them get into each other?
Well,
or do you try to keep them
you
away
try,
from
like
each
all
other?
these branches that are right here, you let them develop, but you take these off that are growing towards the middle.
And when do you do that? Now?
You
Have you already tried to do some of that?
No, I don't know if I should. I probably should, so that they don't have to. I actually think you do it after it really starts going. I think you do it 3 times, and it's pretty significant. Like, you don't want to do it. You don't want to prune them like that.
Huh.
I'll have to go read up on it. We have horrible soil, so we don't really have a place to grow an orchard. So this was kind of perfect for us, not because we're lacking space, but because we're lacking good soil.
Okay.
So we assume that this bush, this tree right here is going to get out in here. And
okay.
we're going to leave it
How tall?
like it's 6 or 7 foot, so that it's manageable and all its fruit is manageable. Like, we're not trying to grow a 15-foot tree. We will keep it chopped off. So we can grow it like a bush.
Okay.
Anyway, these are all peaches.
This is peaches?
This is all 4 peaches.
Okay. Apples, peaches.
Apples, peaches, and then these are 2 and 2. These are 2, and they're different varieties. These are 2 apricots, 2 different varieties, but they will pollinate with your bees. And
Plums.
these are plums?
Yep.
Okay. Then we have cherries and nectarines, and we have fig and pear. Fig and pear's down there because that's south, and they bloom first. At least they did in Georgia. All of our pears bloomed first, and our figs, then our cherries.
So what does
then
that
our
matter
plums.
whether they're south or north?
Only because we don't want the first
Blooms to be on the north side?
well, the fig trees are smaller, so we didn't want them shaded by anything, and we know the sun came this way, so it just kind of made sense that they bloomed like that. And the apples can take really, really cold weather, so they're on the north.
Okay. In reality, do you think that there's enough of a difference location here that matters?
They just get a north wind that will block some of the wind for the rest of these. We might even want to put up black tarp in the winter to...
Is it just the nature of the plant itself as to why the maturity difference looking in all of these, or did you buy them that way?
I tried to buy their cheapest, youngest bare root, and some of them I wasn't able to, and that's probably the difference.
That's why those apples look so ready to go, and those figs look like they're like I need to weed eat a weed or something.
Probably. Yeah.
And why buy bare root over a already 2 foot tall, 3 foot tall tree? That's...
Because when you buy a tree in the nursery or even at Lowe's, you know, it's up this high, it's up already 4 foot, and somebody's pruned all the lower branches off of it so that it has a, it doesn't, you can't do it like a bush. See all these buds?
Do you think these are pruned?
See all these buds? Well, this isn't a good one. There's some up there that have buds ready to bust open and grow a branch all up and down this. That's what we want. That's why I tried to buy the smallest ones. These look like it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but even here you see, you know, lower buds.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how's your other garden?
Oh my gosh. Did you show it to him?
Not yet.
So we got all those in the ground, and then we had a storm.
The night of.
Huh?
The night we planted them.
Yeah, that night we had a storm, pretty bad storm, and Dad came up here the next.
We're going to Lowe's to buy a bunch of things.
We're gonna go buy some fertilized starters.
It killed our tomatoes. The peppers are still alive. The beets are still alive. Some of the beans and peas are still alive, but the tomatoes.
Well, let's back up a second. What you think is peppers, what you think is beets.
True. That's true.
So, I think there's.
We've had another storm since then, so it's like they're getting a taste of Oklahoma weather.
Yeah. There's probably not a single tomato left in here, is there? Your beans took a beating too. Did you plant these? Are these the marigolds? So I don't even think I've shown you guys the trellises that they did over the top of these out of that cattle panel. I think you saw it. We talked about it, but I don't think you guys have seen it yet. There's all of those. So we're getting ready to plant some blackberries, plant some, I guess, apple trees. And I'll show you some of that. And then other than that, that's your complete download. No, it's not. We didn't talk about these up here. Blueberries, anything special about them? Other than big ass blueberries?
4 different varieties, all thornless. These are all thornless. Those are all thornless.
Everything is thornless. These are all 4 different varieties. I'm guessing a different variety in each box. Is the raspberries 1 or 2 or 4 different varieties? 4? 4 different varieties of raspberries, all in each different box. I don't know if you heard Pappy earlier, but he was saying those raspberries are, some of them are fall fruit, so they'll we might get some fruit off of them this fall. Maybe if Marmee will let us eat them and pick them, but she may make us destroy them to make the stronger plant. But here is your blueberries. This is by, I guess these were the most mature thing you bought, obviously.
They were leafed out more than anything. They were 2 or 3 year old plants.
Is everything that way or just these?
I think these, I think the smallest trees I got were like 2 years old.
Okay. Well, the blueberries look to be doing awesome. We might have some actual fruit off of those this year. Doesn't look like the raspberries have started budding or doing anything yet. The apple trees, which is the coldest weather fruit tree we've got so far, they're budding, which makes sense. And I'm surprised the peach trees aren't yet, but these plum and nectarine trees are starting to bud too, so those will be pretty good. But these blueberries might get there, which will make Palmer happy. In fact, I think I see some fruit on one right there.
Yeah, they've got some fruit on them.
They've got some fruit on them already. that I guess we need to, I thought Mom wants them dead. No, she said that for the blackberries.
Whatever produces fruit. They're just not going to produce a lot of fruit.
Okay. Well, let's, you've been listening to us talk and you're probably bored out of your mind right now, so let's plant some trees. Okay, so why the straw?
Because you have to cover the soil. You have to.
Well, you see people do gardens
Protect
all the
it.
time and stuff, and they're just doing rows in the ground and calling that good.
Well,
Is it because their gardens suck and your garden is going to be
no,
awesome?
But I would say if you get a chance to watch Paul Gauchi, the guy who does the wood chips, whether you do wood chips or not, he really brings to light that successful gardening is mimicking what God put in place, and God covers up his soil. He never leaves it naked. He provides a covering for it all year long, but mainly in the fall. And that covering also feeds it. So
I'm assuming by that you're talking about leaves falling off trees, grass being cut and left on the ground to mulch.
you remember this before you sowed it?
Yeah.
How barren and nothing grew here even naturally. It didn't grow here. And once you cover it,
And a little 10-20-10, and look what we got.
you cover it with grass seed.
Yeah.
Look over there. Have you shown them that field over
Not
there?
yet. I was going to use your video.
You were? Were you gonna sing too?
Yeah. You gonna make it?
Yes, COVID.
I have raging diarrhea.
Ooh.
You want to keep the roots cool. And in Oklahoma, when the temperatures are 105 and they feel like 155, cooling the roots is the best thing to do. Don't try to get me on camera.
Okay, what else? Is that all we're doing today? Or are we doing grapes?
Can't do the grapes.
Can't do the grapes because we don't have a receptacle for the grapes. How many more raised beds are we building?
4
4
strawberries.
strawberries. They're gonna go right
Is there
here.
an echo in here?
Okay, well then until we come back and build you some more beds, set some more beds, plant some grapes, all that kind of stuff. That's the orchard. That's the great big secret that I wouldn't let Marmy tell you about last week in the original planting day video. The plants over there did terrible, except for the peppers and the beets. Everything else is dead. Gonna have to completely replace the tomatoes, maybe the cucumbers, but we don't really know what's dead because we don't really know what the label was. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this time. We'll see you next time up on